tweet list. You tweeted about it that Dolphins have settled all issues about money with the players. What is this strike about, China?
Mr. Tony Bitoye, good evening.
Mr. China, thank you for joining us.
This will not be your contract. Good evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikuriman.
Yes. So, Tony, what are you asking me again? Remind me of the question.
China, a couple of weeks ago, you tweeted about it that issues of money have become resolved completely at Dolphins. Where is this strike coming from? What is this strike about by the players?
Yes, the players are asking for their sign-on fees for last season and their enhanced salary for this season. When I tweeted about 7 weeks ago, I said the players have been paid all match bonuses. Then they are being owed 13 match bonuses. We are paid all match bonuses, and the salaries are up to date. I also tweeted that the issue of sign-on fees and enhanced salary was in the hands of the government, since the club will not be able to pay that. And that is exactly what they are asking for right now, the sign-on fee for last season and the enhanced salary. The LFC wants 150 a month minimum, but the club is still paying the old rate. So it's the arrears of the enhanced thing that they are asking for alongside the sign-on fee of last season.
Okay, so that is the issue now. It's the issue of sign-on fee from last season, 2012-2013, and the enhanced salary that is now the bone of contention.
Yes, exactly. But of course, there is a bit of an update. Yes, they got a message from the government house some time back that the money will be paid by the end of September. And as soon as September ended, they now went on strike, which they have been up to this point. They've not changed up to now. But the management kept on, appealing to them, because the truth is that, when the government says Monday, it might eventually be Thursday or Friday. You don't have government bureaucracies. So it was just an appeal to the players. If the government said end of September, you don't go on strike at midnight on the end of September. Give the governor 2-3 days, maybe 1 week, and see what happens. So I think the players have had the appeal from the management of the team, and the players have resolved to at least train tomorrow morning and go to Umuahia play the game on Sunday.
Okay, so that's some good news coming through for fans of Dolphins, that the team will resume training tomorrow so that they can travel to Umuahia for the game against Abia Warriors. But I'm worried because Dolphins, you are in the top 4, knocking on the door of winning the title. You are in the final of the 2014 Federation Cup. This is the wrong time for players to be going on strike.
Yes, it's the wrong time. I'm a journalist, so are you. If I was a footballer, I'll probably reason like footballers. So they know where it hurts them, and they know why they decided to do it at this time. Yes, it might affect the result of Sunday game. It could affect the game against Enyimba, the Fed Cup final. But like I said, they know where it's pinching them, and they decided to do what they are doing now. You can't say they have not been patient. It's 2 seasons. But again, some people say look at glory ahead and forget some other things now. But like I said, I'm not a footballer. Are you a footballer? They reason how they reason, and they decided to go on strike at this time. But thank God it has been resolved, and hopefully, after the public holiday on Monday and Tuesday, hopefully they will get what they deserve.
If the bonus of 2012-2013 hasn't been paid,
sign-on fee.
So I beg your pardon. If the sign-on fees for 2012-2013 hasn't been paid just 8 weeks to the end of 2013-2014 season, what happens to whatever is supposed to come for 2013-2014?
Okay, to be fair to state governments who have not paid the sign-on fee for last season, when the LMC abolished, or when the LMC alongside the clubs agreed to abolish sign-on fees for this season, in that communique they said the backlog of sign-on fee must be paid before the end of the season we are in. If you remember that communique.
Yeah.
So to be fair to state governments who are owing sign-on fee for last season, they have not deposited yet.
Okay, they still have 8 weeks. 8 weeks at least.
Then again, you won't blame the players. Because to a footballer, he says, now the one way I see, where they show for me. So the players, you won't blame them for being worried. So, both ways, I agree with you. 8 weeks to the end of the season was the assurance. But hopefully, they'll believe in their governor. And if the governor said it, then hopefully he will do it after the public holiday next week.
Okay, so let me allow you to just reassure a lot of Dolphins fans who have been sending us comments. You have assured that tomorrow these boys are going back to training.
Yes, of this, I spoke with one of the players who was debating. I spoke with the general manager, the secretary. The players have agreed to train tomorrow morning, and they'll go for the match against Abia Warriors on later tomorrow for the game on Sunday. And hopefully by the time the public holiday ends on Tuesday, by Wednesday, then they will begin to see how they get the money that's being owed them. So the players are back to train tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much, China Acheru, Media Officer of Dolphins, for speaking to us on Sports Tonight and clarifying all of these issues for us on the show. Let me allow you to say a word very quickly. China has just broken it down for us. What's your immediate reaction as someone who's followed this development season in, season out, Dolphins particularly? What can you say about it?
I hope by the end of after 8 weeks, after the 8 games left, these guys will be sorted. This sign-on fees team will be sorted out, because I can guarantee you that some of these guys are not going to remain at Dolphins for next season. If they win the Federation Cup, another kind of demand will be coming in from these players.
If they win the Federation Cup, in line with what Governor Rotimi Amechi does every time, they will get car gifts.
They will get car gifts. Car gift is different from what you do.
And they will get $1 million each to fill those cars.
Car gift is like more or less like token for reward
for winning.
But it's not what you do.
It's separate from settling those outstanding.
Because once a player moves to another club, it means that player, what they do now is that some of these clubs is that they use that sign-on fee to get their clearance. They are getting the money. The other club has to go and get your clearance. They say, instead of getting your money, this is your clearance, this is your money. That's what they do. That's what Atlant did last season for some of the players that left Atlant to other clubs. So I think that's another ploy again. But I think this sign-on fee thing has to be sorted out this season. If not, then we keep having this issue of players going on strike week in, week, especially as Dolphins, which has become a culture.
Terrible culture. But Tolu, let's wrap this up very quickly.
All right.
The league management company enforced at the beginning of the season minimum wage of 150. But once they were not allowed to enforce it to the letter, things like this were always gonna pop up. And I think this is a lesson for the next season.
True. Well, it was always going to be difficult for them to enforce such a law. As much as everyone wanted the players to feel really, to be treated really well, it is also difficult to enforce a minimum fee of 150,000 naira.
I'm not sure any club is paying that now. I thought maybe Sunshine.
It's just few teams.
Maybe Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine.
Maybe Yimba.
Yes, and probably Kano Pillars. They are the few teams who can afford to pay that kind of amount as their minimum.
And Warri Wolves.
So, I mean, it was always going to be a difficult, and of course, a rule for these teams to work with. So, I just hope that the players can get paid what is due them. Otherwise, we'll continue to have issues like this.
Dumadi, National League.
Well, if you put on hold, they have 3 games left. All games, I think, week 26, week 29, week 30. I think week 26 game was the one that wanted to have been played before the strike by the referees. So that one has been put on hold, the 29th and 30th. So that, but that game was put on hold because there are some outstanding issues before the NFF O&D in quote.
But that's a worry for me. Which O&D will sit on this game?
That's my big trouble. The last O&D
a new one that should be
headed by Staleya Adepoju, or a new one to be
under the Amaju Pinnick board.
Yet to be constituted.
So that's going to be a long time.
You know what happens between the O&D and the league body? It's 6 weeks before the O&D will sit to take a decision. And if that decision goes to an appeal, it takes another 3 weeks.
A longer period.
So 10 weeks. How long will they set up the O&D? I think it's now more work for the new board. Get your committees in place, because these issues, if you don't get it now, this is October 3rd. Next week is 10th. The other week is 17th. By now we are pushing November. By the time the O&D will start mopping
that means the season may end in December.
And that's the problem we're going to have. That what will happen for next season. I think now the job of the new board, get your committee. Some of these committees that are very critical,
like O&D, appeal. Start with those ones. Let them start work
so that they can sort out these issues,
so that the leagues can go on and end
at the appropriate time.
Fantastic idea from you, Dumnodi. I think that's the way to go. Because that is what is keeping the NNL on hold now. Teams like MFM, as you are seeing on your screen, are pushing for a place in the Global Premier League. 3SC,
and Gabros,
very, very key games. So we need to sort these things out as quickly as possible so that we'll know what direction league football in Nigeria is headed. Are we going to be ending Christmas Day, for example? I mean, it's going to be amazing. Probably setting a new record of the longest season. We hold the record of almost 1 year of football. I hope we are not going to break our own records with the way things are going. Let's go on a quick break now. take you something away, take you to somewhere different, something different from